Hey guys, welcome back to Trekyards. He's Commander Cockings.
He's Captain Foley.
And both Sam and you guys are about to have your mind blown. I have a theory.
I have no idea what's going on.
That just came to me about a week and a half ago. I was just driving in the car with Sylvia, coming back home from doing some shopping, and I'm just like, wow, it's genius. So, Stamets is upset about the spore drive not going anywhere, right? We know the Mycelial network is everywhere in the entire galaxy. It connects all points.
Universe too, probably.
Yes, well, exactly. We've already been established with this. We're also looking for progenitor tech. Now, they created all life in the galaxy. Is it possible that the progenitors used the Mycelial network to seed the entire galaxy at the same time? Hence why, well, using the Mycelial network itself, you could do it instantaneously. And maybe Stamets is going to have a really good insight into progenitor tech when they find it, because it does in fact harness the Mycelial network. It would be a fantastic way to tie in the Mycelial network, Stamets not feeling important, to being like the most important thing ever. And it just makes sense that the Mycelial network would be used to seed life throughout the entire galaxy or universe, all galaxies. It would just be an interesting twist. It could even tie in other dimensions like the mirror universe dimension or any other thing that you want to do. It's kind of a OP god device, the Mycelial network. So it came to me that Stamets is not feeling important. He's a scientific luminary. That's his title. And I think once they find the progenitor tech, it's going to tie into the Mycelial network somehow. And therefore Stamets is going to have an upper hand in using the tech for some kind of thing. I think it's going to be a big part. What do you think of it?
And just for clarity, they seeded all humanoid-looking life bipedal, so not all life, like Horta's were their own thing.
No, I didn't.
I know, that's why you said it was all. I mean, all of our type of life. There's lots of that weren't us. You know, the Tholians, the Breen, all these things that aren't like us. Cool. So, yeah, I mean, depends how big they're going, because that's the biggest they could possibly go. In terms of like, oh no, because obviously then you're implying that there'll be another race or another situation where, oh no, if we don't stop them, they'll Mycelial a death code all life and they'll reset it. It's like, oh, you know, it goes from 0 to 1,000 very quickly. But that would be a hell of a closing. I feel like it's too easy. As in, I was always picturing part of the fun is they had to go around, fly around, and like seed it manually in kind of like a art way, not just a button and it like just did it.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. That's just like, you know, going around to all your hookups and getting a booty call. Hey, this planet's good. Let's drop a seed here. Drop a seed here.
Sure. They got time.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first too, and then it just hit me trying to tie all this together. Mycelial network, Stamets.
It depends how important they think Stamets is as a character. If he's just there as part of the cast, or if he's actually the crux. I do like they do a lot that he has to be the final moment, because the tech itself is Mycelial controlled, so he's the only one, and Book, that can utilize it. He'll be doing something else. So he can walk in, and it's interesting, for sure.
Well, the whole show is built around the premise of the Mycelial, like the spore drive. So it would just make sense. It would be a nice bow on that package of Discovery.
Maybe even, if you really want to bow it up, what if they realize, well, 1 billion years ago they used Mycelial network to at least like maybe find the planets that are possible, like just cheat code it, and we know there's life there, so maybe they became friends with the life in the Mycelial network, said, hey guys, you want to make life in this universe, cool, help. But what if the baddies get to there and Raynor and such, whereas, oh dear, with literally 3 buttons they can kill all life on a planet with a Mycelial reset, Genesis it again, etc. So they have to actively use the tech to close the Mycelial network forever, like block, because the tech is intertwined. Is that easy? They just have to close off the barrier, which then nullifies the spore drive forever and in all times. I get that doesn't make sense, but like forever.
Or because they use the Mycelial network for the spore drive, they need to negate that whole thing that they actually did that. So they have to go back and actually fix it so the spore drive never becomes a thing. Therefore, resetting the timeline, making things correct.
Well, they don't do that. But if they do close the mycelial network in that point in time, then at least that does fully close the loop. You can't use the drive. It's been decommissioned. And also, but then Stamets saved the universe. And even he could sacrifice himself into the network to close it. He could be the one, because maybe oh god, the Tardigrade come back. he pops back in and they work together, him and his DNA buddy. Because if Stamets sacrifices himself, becomes like a body of light like Decker and phases out, and like he's the one that blocks it. Very sad ending, but again, you look at closure of the loop. He invented it, started this whole thing, he let him go to the future, and then boom, he closes it. Sad for Hugh, of course. If he becomes
a being of light, he would indeed be a luminary. Luminous beings.
Like, that'd be a hell of a sad ending. But it would
poignant. Yep. And really bring a close to his arc of not feeling like his tech went anywhere, you know?
Save the universe. Like, he'll always be in the history books for saving the universe. If he does that, which is, you know, what you hope for. I would have thought that I would have thought two things. I would have thought that, one, that he would have seen a mycelial network link in all the data that he's been reading, which is just how the stuff works. Like, he has all the information on the tech, apparently, because that's what he's been going through. Like, he would have seen some link first, and second, if the DS9 crew found the mycelial tech then, to think that they wouldn't do anything with it ever seems unlikely as well, because they are scientists. They could study it in their own way. There's no information, you know. Maybe
that's why it's never mentioned again, because it gets closed to the point where it's not even a premise that would be possible. And it's interesting because in this last episode, which is episode 4 of season 5, we see the first time we see Stamets. He's going through the data and he's like sliding things over, like it looks like he's putting something together, and then all the time shenanigans happens and it kind of gets sidelined. So he could be pulling out like things that I don't know, but it doesn't make sense that nobody else has used Spore Drive or thought about it. Like you said, like if any of the other shows, this would be a premise that we could use. It connects all things. Why not use it? Maybe there's a reason for that. And that's why Spore Drive tech never became a thing. So maybe they do have to close it and actually go close it. The records on the Crossfield class and the Discovery Spore Drive, the Dash Drive, displacement activated Spore Hub. Anyway, maybe because that was all closed and classified. It is literally just Stamets and his scientist friend, figured it out, did the thing, and now that it's the events of this season lead up to them making it so that the mycelial network isn't accessible anymore. That's why everything that comes afterwards, nobody even tries.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against them having to realize that because we reopen the mycelial network, it opens up the door to kill the universe, that they have to go back in time and stop them from doing it. Problem is, Stranger Worlds' premise is based on that being a Spock that was taught by Burnham to like a future man called Kirk. You can't take that out, because that is the Stranger Worlds thing we're seeing. Now, you won't kill the future because it's like Endgame. It doesn't erase the timeline, it just splits off. So you split it off into the main timeline again, finally. But then Stranger Worlds wouldn't be canon anymore instantly.
Like I said, they created the Spore tech. It got classified when they went to the future. So that's a sealed bubble, right? That tech was never released. So they cut off access to the mycelial network. That's why nobody from TOS onwards thinks about even using the mycelial network for any kind of transportation, because it's not accessible. It's not scientifically possible, because it's something that Stamets does in the future that makes it so that it's all a closed loop. They had the Spore Drive for Discovery. That's fine. Classified files, never released. But nobody even considered it, because that's one of the points that we brought up at the beginning of the show. How is it that no other alien species, no other race, the Federation itself, didn't think about using the mycelial network in another form that we know of? So, I don't know. I think the possibilities with the mycelial network, because it extends all through the entire galaxy or universe and also through all of time, are endless. they could literally make it so that it's not accessible to anybody. That's why no one else has ever had a spore drive.
Yeah, like I say, yeah, especially with an LED wall, you've got the spore chamber at the end. Like I'm saying, a big progenitor one. I'm just picturing Stamets like controlling it, like Neo at the end of the Matrix, like oh. There's a visual there. Depends how big they want to go. It's a small season, big ending. Don't know. Like I said,
It's the creation of all humanoid life in the galaxy. It's a pretty big thing. So
unless they don't find it, then it's just a fun story. You know what I mean?
We'll
like that. There are some stories where you can have an anticlimax is the climax. You know. Or the treasure was the journey to get there.
That's probably what it's going to be. I just wanted to put that out there that before it becomes a thing. Like, oh, it's tied to the Mycelial network, and I'd be like, I had that theory, so I just wanted to put it out there.
And they've kept showing him reading the tech manual, as it were. So at some point, if he says, "Guys, discovery," well, I've made a discovery. Our discovery is Mycelial based. Will be certainly a game changer. Yeah, and you know, we know the mirror universe is a play. We know the Mycelial network gets to the mirror universe, which actually, in fairness, they haven't addressed that yet. They said they're further apart for conventional travel, like beaming. There's no reason to think Mycelial network can't link them, given that tech was classified. Therefore, Vance's assertion that they're further apart, not allowing travel, does not apply to tech he doesn't know exists. And actually consider that. That's an easy out, isn't it? God, it's so easy when you have that drive.
Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of the theory. Expand on it. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell icon, and join us for all of our future videos, and help us out in any way you can. We appreciate it.
Such as becoming a patron on Patreon. Monthly service, any amount helps a tremendous amount. Or join the channel, be part of our fleet, in our fleet video, see your name in lights on a ship. Again, it's on YouTube, monthly or one-time donations via PayPal, trekyards@hotmail.com. Super chatting during a live, super thanksing during the video, or just liking, commenting, and all the free stuff, because it literally, every element of it helps. So if you do any of it, all of it, do, and please, and thanks. Yes.
So until next time, he's Commander Cockings.
He's Commander Foley.
See you later.
Bye, guys.